Clips. Today we're going to watch Sonic X, Rebel Taxi, from the channel Rebel Taxi. I hate him and Chris Thorndyke. I guess he's the character or the creator of Sonic. I wasn't really a big fan of Sonic X growing up. Every time Saturday morning was on, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, TMNT. I did saw a little bit of Ninja Turtles. I'm not much of a Sonic fan. I know he's really popular now with the movie coming out, but maybe this will make me change my mind with him. Yeah. Anyway, I love Rebel Taxi though, so we're definitely gonna, 3, 2, 1. Is that Chris? That's Eggman. That's the Crystal Gem. That's all I know, pretty much.
Okay, guys, we're gonna review Sonic X, but we're not allowed to mention you-know-who, the one character everyone hates. It's overused. We're not allowed to mention him. So,
okay.
Sonic X. Watching this again takes me back to Saturday mornings. Like, during school lunches, I'd be telling my friends, Rogelio and Chris about it.
Got it.
Every dragon has a weak spot. If I can hit it just right.
He's sponsored?
Damn, she dead. Forget everything you think you know about mobile games, because one of the most ambitious RPG projects of 2019 has just been released, and it's gonna change everything. Introducing Raid: Shadow Legends. The game is totally free. The game has amazing storylines, awesome 3D graphics, giant boss fights, PvP battle, and hundreds of champions to collect and customize. I never expected to get this level of performance out of a mobile game. Look at how crazy the level of detail is on these champions. Raid Special Launch Tournament is happening right now, and it's getting big real fast. So go to the description of this video, download Raid only through my link, and get 50,000 silver immediately. And here's the coolest part. You'll also be automatically entered into their Special Launch Tournament, where you can compete with me and other players for crazy in-game prizes and physical prize packs, such as power banks or t-shirts and more. Download Raid in the links below.
Maybe I will. I don't know. This is not Sonic X. This is
Today and back then, I loved both cartoons and Sonic the Hedgehog, which explains a lot. By 2003, Sonic's video games had brought in so many characters and storylines that I wanted the TV shows to reflect that. The only cartoon I was aware of at the time was 1993's The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. With each rerun before school, I was waiting for my
I was just born, so I couldn't have catched this
never
one.
came. Oh, but there was
I think me and Rebel Taxi are the same age. That's why I like him so much. We're like relatable, same age.
It's supposed to be 7. At least we'll get to see Sonic transform into Super Sonic by the end.
But what about 5 of us?
What? No, the Emeralds just clone him, but that wasn't the only Sonic cartoon. I remember drawing Rouge in my 5th grade notebook, don't ask. And some kid told me that character was in a different Sonic cartoon I never heard of. One that he let me borrow the DVD of and featured Inspector Gadget explaining how a DVD worked.
You can use your remote control to move to these buttons by pushing the arrow buttons. The button you're on will glow. Whatever button you want to press, just move the glow to it and press the select or enter button on
What's
your
this him saying button? You don't need to keep saying button.
Sonic the Saturday morning cartoon, or Sonic Satayem as the fans.
That's how button sounds like. It goes.
Who were these guys? I was looking through my Sonic Adventure 2/Sonic Advanced official player's guide, the one that included a sweet-ass poster I hung up on my wall. Yeah, these guys
That's
never
him.
came up in that book.
As a kid. I don't know what he looks like in real life.
Particular cartoon.
That's him as a kid.
That
He's
kid.
white.
There were several other cartoons at the time, and I mostly enjoyed them as their own thing. But
He's a white
wanted
Mexican.
one that reflected the modern games, and by 2003, I got my wish. Sonic X. It had storylines based off Adventures 1, 2, and Sonic Battle. Wow, no one else played that obscure game, but I did.
Never heard of it.
So I appreciated its inclusion. What was also cool is by this time there was some corporate synergy where the English voice actors of the anime would voice future Sonic games. It was all connected. It was perfect. This was the Sonic series I've been asking for. I loved this as a kid, but do I still feel the same today? Let's find out. Yeah, this sucks, fam. Wow, I can't believe a cartoon I watched when I was 11 didn't hold up. Who would have thunk it? So, this is a Patreon review requested by Jose Z. I hope they don't hate me for this. Want to decide the next video? Look at my Patreon for more info.
That classic.
Transport Sonic along
W-
with his
what the
friends and
fuck?
robot
Boom.
enemies into
That's what it's
another
called.
world, our world.
A lot of people don't know that.
Figure out how to get back home on top of stopping the evil Dr. Eggman. For the entire series, Sonic and his friends partner with this human kid created for this show, Chris Thorndyke, a character solely made for us. It's us, the audience, to relate to, which is something I could do as a kid. But at the same time, if a kid can relate to a talking sponge, I think a blue hedgehog isn't out of the way. Sonic X is an E.T. Iron Giant type of story that could work, but Chris is solely here to, I don't know, get captured? Maybe? Or mention how cool Sonic is.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I didn't think you could talk.
Well, I can do a lot of things.
Wow, that's awesome.
Chris's character conflict, besides resembling Sora from Kingdom Hearts, is that he's lonely. His dad's a big-shot business guy, while the mom's a movie star, and they both always go out of town to smoke crack. But they do care about their son and will make time for him when they can. This would be a good dilemma for Chris, seeing how Sonic and the gang are his only friends, but the story screws up in giving Chris other friends. Before meeting Sonic, he already had a racially diverse group of buddies taken from the Burger King Kids Club. Not only that, but he's loaded, living in a mansion with his mad scientist grandfather, a Japanese samurai
Is this supposed to be
butler,
us?
and a
Where's my
Mexican
scientist and my maid?
Well,
I
of
want a
course,
maid.
The maid's Mexican, sure.
Make my bed better. It looks terrible.
Not that I'm complaining, but it's like trying to vacuum a dirt road.
Don't you want to put it back in my taco? And
It's clear all Chris wants is a friend, but he already has a bunch of those. There's something that happens at the end of Season 2 where Chris essentially proclaims all his other friends were useless, and Sonic is the only true friend that mattered to him. This dynamic could have worked. Just look at Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Both Sonic X and Foster's follow a brown-haired boy who grows attached to their inhuman blue creature that people on the internet want to bang. The difference is, Mac's one and only friend at the beginning of the series is his imaginary friend, Blue. Rather than living in luxury, Max sleeps in a musky apartment with his older brother who bullies him. He has no father, just a single mother working all day who can't always be there to protect Mac. Him being dependent on Blue is a lot more justified than this literal trust.
I would like to live in the world of Foster's Home, because in the world, that world, you get to have an imaginary friend just by thinking of something. I would want to think of like a creature who's like bigger than me,
Brother's a big fat
so we can like wrestle and stuff. He would kind of have like arms like this. He would kind of look like Ben 10 forearms.
The Sonic franchise has been criticized for having too many,
But not red.
But they had something
I like
to do when they
purple.
were needed in Adventures 1 and 2.
Thanos?
Chris being inserted
A
into
good
the
Thanos, yeah.
foundation of
Okay, I guess
stories
I guess a
throws
good.
everything off. They took major
I don't
songs
know.
from these games and rewrote Chris in the place of other characters. Like, instead of Amy talking sense into the villain's shadow, it's Chris. So what does Amy do in the show? She's just the girl who gushes about Sonic. Chris's whole existence basically replaces Sonic's sidekick, Tails. In the games, Tails was the inventor of the crew, and still is. But with Chris around, Tails no longer acts like Sonic's younger brother who looks up to Sonic while also learning to be independent.
I've changed a lot since I've started hanging with Sonic. But I can't depend on him forever. I know I can do this by myself. Okay, Eggman, bring it on!
Does that scene give anyone else the feels for some reason? If you wanted a character kids could relate to, Tails was the answer. Sonic has tons of characters already. Use them. I'm okay with change as long as the story stands on its own, which it doesn't here. The roster is so vast, yet hardly anyone has anything to do. But hey, that's enough about Chris. What about Sonic? What does Sonic do? Well, for the most part, he kind of just hangs around. Really. Like, many of the episodes are Chris and his other animal friends going out somewhere, while Sonic either naps at home or fucks off on his own adventure. He mostly shows up when there's trouble.
I've been doing some thinking and I got some ideas to improve the show. Whenever Poochie's not on screen, all the other characters should be asking, "Where's Poochie?"
Despite Sonic and Chris supposedly being the best of friends, rarely do they actually hang out. If anything, Tails and Amy are Chris's best friends. So is there at least any cool action? Other than some key episodes, it's just the standard swishy anime effects and still shots. A fine example at how lifeless the animation is in this sequence lifted from Sonic Adventure 2's opening level. Let's look at the game first. Sonic has been wrongfully arrested for terrorism and is being taken to Guantanamo. But not even the Bush administration can contain this radical. Sonic busts out of the chopper. As he hangs off the edge of the wing, he manages to rip off part of the chopper to use as a snowboard. Falling to his death, we begin with what I say is the greatest first level to a video game ever.
Escape from the city. Here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm guessing the song. I get copyright strike. Moving around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, got to follow my rainbow.
Perfect. And how does the anime studio TMS, who animated Akira and the best-looking episodes of Batman the Animated Series, handle this scene? Well, it's the same setup, except Sonic just casually jumps on the wing, standing perfectly straight up. He then falls, and where'd he get that snowboard from? How'd he get that? Unless you played the games, you wouldn't know. Sonic just falls into a skate park, slides down, and does a Fruity Loop, and loses the board. He runs, and then he forgets how to run fast. It's bad. When compared to the games, it's such a step down. As its own thing, it's really Like, beyond nostalgia and the fact that this is Sonic the Hedgehog, I really have no reason to watch this.
I already told you I don't know nothing, so why don't you put an egg in your shoe and beat it?
I can cause lots of problemas for you, lady. Get Sonic!
Don't run off. We'll be right back with more Sonic X only on 4Kids TV.
Commercial break.
You're watching
FBI, open up.
WATL TV 38 in Detroit.
Whoa.
Dell Broadcasting Corporation.
That guy eat a hot dog. Oh.
Now, we can't talk about Sonic X without discussing kids. All 4 of them. 4Kids was both a Saturday morning block and studio infamous for dubbing anime. They would censor what they can to get that Y7 rating, even if it meant altering or completely removing storylines. They did the usual to Sonic of turning gun sound effects to lasers or wine to orange juice. After watching a couple episodes myself and seeing other great comparison videos, I'd say Sonic X's Japanese cut is better, but fundamentally it's still the same anime with too many useless characters.
Yeah.
There's only a few
now One Piece
that
though
actually mattered, but at least
One
Sonic
Piece
says a bad word. Shit, Man, I remember seeing that back on Google Video. It blew my mind. Turns out certain words aren't as big of a deal in Japan. Some of the
I remember Google Video. Wow,
that's when 4Kids removed any form of text.
Yeah,
Even
they
text
had
that was already in English was removed from this English dub. Why is that? Well, the thing about 4Kids is that we're making stuff more universal to license out to other territories. But the biggest change was the complete recast of voice actors from the previous games. Fans were pissed back then, but now these voices are more beloved. They all sound like how I think these characters should sound like. Some delivery is a bit stilted, but they get better over time. Oh, fun fact, Sonic's voice actor here, Jason Griffith, has appeared in, this commercial. I'll link below.
I'm aware of condom every time I have sex, no matter who I'm with, where I'm at, or what time of day it is, because that is the only way to be totally safe.
Good.
You know what? This show does have
Sonic
one
use
redeeming
protection.
quality, besides
Oh.
Rugit, her life partner. I'm talking about Season 3, the Metarex Saga. This is one big road trip through space where we meet a new character, Cosmo, a Gardevoir who needs help from Sonic to fight the Metarex, a group of planet killers. Usually the season taking place in either space or the future is where a series runs out of steam, but not Sonic X. I'm basically repeating everything RoboBuddy said in her review, but what she said was true. On this adventure, there's less humans as we focus on Tails and his adorable relationship with Cosmo. The action is better, the story moves along faster, and everybody has something to do. I know I said the Japanese dub doesn't fix the show, but in Season 3, it's best you watch that version, as 4Kids deleted some major scenes. The Metarex Saga is what Sonic X should have been from the start. Too bad it's at the very end of the series.
No time for relaxation. Don't wait
Sonic X just isn't good. If you look at the original pitch pilot, the show was going to take place in a world full of other animal characters. It's clear the new humans were never part of the plan, perhaps an addition through executive meddling. Despite the emphasis on speed, every episode lacks energy or excitement. It almost feels like a preschool show in its restraint. I guess the best compliment I can pay it is it does get better over time once the plot kicks in. 3 seasons later, I guess just watch that. Sonic X. At least it's not Sonic Underground.
Yeah.
Exciting? Extreme? Exactly.
Alright then, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed me just watching Sonic X review from Rebel Taxi. I like his channel, check him out if you haven't. I might start checking out Sonic X. I never really watched it. I just always skipped it in Saturday mornings. I just went straight for it. Do I actually have a Yu-Gi-Oh card to show off? I have a Yu-Gi-Oh card here somewhere. No, it's over there. It's in my closet. Alright. Okay. See you in the next one. I also do more than just, reacting. I also play games. Check out me playing Pokemon Coliseum. Yeah, that's coming up. Yes. I really like playing it. It's very nostalgic because I was like in my teenage years playing that game. Okay. See you in the next one.